put Joe in the picture.
But isn't it Brock Roman in a rematch in a steel cage at this Greatest Royal Rumble?
Yeah. So you can change a stipulation match very easily of the other ones. Why can't we just throw Joe in there instead?
For sure.
Exactly.
I was just trying to kind of get on the page on where we're going.
Yeah.
So after that,
we've covered everything that happened after that until the main event.
Yeah, we had one of the tag matches, which was the Hardy and Wyatt match. Hardy and Wyatt went over, and then Owens and Zayn, and then we had the main event, which saw Rollins, Balor, and Matt Hardy go against Miz and his Miztourage with Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, which was a
great, solid match, just some fun. All three of the guys. So Rollins hits the curb stomp at the end, gets the pin on Miz. And then all three of them do their finishers to the guys.
Yeah.
And Rollins again with a curb stomp at the end, but one more time.
Yeah.
Which kind fun little match, just the end of the show.
Send
the crowd home happy for the day after Raw.
Breaking news.
Go ahead.
Nikki Bella and John Cena broke up.
What?
USA Weekly.
Huh.
So the whole WrestleMania proposal thing was just for Total Bellas and whatnot?
Well.
Huh.
Well, you heard it here second. All right, so that's the end of Raw.
That's the end of Raw. I mean, it was a good show. Day after Mania.
I'm interested to see where that goes. Find out more about 6 years why they would split. Maybe because he doesn't want kids, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Another episode. Another time.
That's for another time. All right, so we'll roll into SmackDown.
Roll right into SmackDown. Starts the show off.
My favorite thing. I'm super happy about this. So on Raw, we had a retirement from Raw,
and right into SmackDown. Very beginning. Daniel Bryan comes out and says that
Shane comes out.
Well, yeah, Shane comes out, but then Daniel Bryan comes out.
No.
Oh, Daniel Bryan doesn't come.
Shane comes out and basically says Daniel Bryan is now a full-time performer after he went through his
that Bryan's
tests.
relinquished.
After he went through his tests after his match at WrestleMania and all of that, Daniel Bryan is now back to a full-time
real
performer.
Ceremony.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, hey, this is new.
So
but start off the show off.
He's not going to be general manager anymore. So we need a new general manager.
Thus insert Paige.
And it's just a really cool transition that someone who had to retire from in-ring competition and basically says, this is the last time you will ever see me to the Raw crowd.
Right.
Shows up on SmackDown as the new general manager.
It was a nice little swerve.
Yeah, and sets up a killer main event.
Great main event.
Which is the first time these two have wrestled one-on-one in 12 years since Ring of Honor.
Nice. I was excited to see it.
Daniel Bryan in his first WWE TV match in over 3 years.
On SmackDown.
On SmackDown against the house that AJ Styles built.
Or just AJ Styles.
No, he's the house.
He's wrestling the house.
Whose house?
Run's house.
No, Paige's house.
Oh,
God, you were just talking about Paige, guys.
Right,
Seriously, really?
My bad.
Man, you guys suck.
My bad. I don't read goodly.
So if
it's not written
SmackDown
down.
Live is the house that AJ built, and everywhere Paige goes, she's this is her house. Does that make Shane McMahon the landlord?
Roommates.
I don't know. I saw it on the interwebs. It made me giggle.
Fair dues.
Shut up.
Fair dues.
All right.
Legends
so the first match rolling into the night saw the Usos versus New Day to determine the new number one contenders, or the new number one contenders for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, who are now being occupied by the Bludgeon Brothers.
Once again, what was the point to transition the titles if you're just going to have the other two teams in there compete to go against them?
Right.
I don't understand some of this tag team stuff.
Well, that
as much as I love Usos and New Day putting on show-stopping classics,
right?
You're beating a dead horse. There's only so many things you can do with them.
For sure.
I'm hoping in this Superstar shakeup.
I would say maybe this was just the last chance for them to have a match because they're going to be on separate shows.
I hope in this Superstar shakeup some people get moved around. And I think that's part of, one thing that people complained about SmackDown is their call-ups weren't as many. Their call-up was amazing. I love who they called out.
Yeah, they had the one, but they did so much with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm hoping, they called up a bunch of people to Raw where they announced the Superstar shakeup So in this shakeup starting tonight while we're recording this...
Well, tomorrow.
I'm sorry, tomorrow.
Yeah. It's the Lord's Day.
Exactly. You can move some people around who showed up on Raw and get them over to SmackDown and move people back and forth.
And who knows, in the past, the Superstar Shakeup or draft or whatever you want to call it has split up tag teams too.
Yeah.
I mean, very well. One of these teams might not be a team this week.
They mentioned that in the commentary for that match. They said, by the way, with the Superstar Shakeup coming up, we may see a couple or both these teams or both teams or one of these teams be split up in some way, So they made mention of it. I was excited for that. It's like, they always kind of leave that on the table. They don't always follow through.
They don't, but they have in the past, and just so we could see. Yeah, Dudley's, and maybe we're going to get some really bad stuff out of Big E or something maybe with this thing.
You shut up. Real quick.
You got offended real fast.
I love Big E.
I love Big E too, but
real
are we going to make him a deacon or something here?
Johnny's face looked like you made fun of one of his kids. He said, "You shut your mouth."
I got kids.
real fast.
That you don't know of.
But real quick, if if New Day does get split up, who would you want to go? Brandon, we'll start with you. Who would you want to go to singles, and maybe who would you want to turn heel?
Let's see. I definitely see. I don't know because Xavier Woods really outside of New Day didn't get to do much by himself.
He wasn't. He didn't have a comfortable character to talk.
Exactly.
So I think now he could.
Right. And Big E, I feel like could run by himself and he could be a monster and throw guys around, or he could be the big goofy monster. He could go either way.
For sure.
Kofi, I feel right now is comfortable wherever you put him.
Yep.
He's already shown that he could do the damage as a singles wrestler, but he can also. He's excelled as a cog in the New Day machine.
Well, and he's a multi-time tag champ. He has a really good singles history.
Intercontinental belt,
U.S.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Who's your pick?
If I had to pick out of the three, I would say just because we've seen a singles run out of Kofi and Big E, I'd want to see another one out of Xavier Woods now with an established character and a follower.
And then, which one would you turn heel? Who would you turn heel?
Ooh, if I had to turn one heel, I could see Big E doing it.
Okay. Steve on.
And we're just strictly New Day on this right now still?
Just New Day, because they're the three group and they're all established guys.
Yeah. And that's probably the one that we're probably going to see split up, is the way I feel.
Yeah.
But, so the Superstar Shakeup, I don't know if they've announced it. Is it just Raw SmackDown? Or are we very well going to see Xavier Woods go to 205 Live as the shakeup?
Wow. I don't know.
That's a shake. I mean, they're not saying it's a draft, but that's a shakeup.
You magnificent bastard. You threw a banana peel onto the course.
Why did you hold on to the red shell while you're in first place till the finish line, you jerk?
Right. I just hit a star. Yeah.
I mean, 'cause he could excel on 205 Live.
They've already made mention of the fact that all shows are going to be at Raw.
Okay, so we'll get
it could be
NXT
anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've already.
I that's where I kind of I hadn't thought about it until we were sitting here and we were just going on about it.
Yeah.
But it just came to me let's see Xavier on 205 Live.
That was a hot take. I'm going to give that 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo!
So then that's the one I see split up from it. We could still see New Day going because with the other two, I don't see Kofi. He's great and everything,
right?
But he's been around how long too?
10 years.
Exactly.
He's been around since.
He's excelling and extending his career, staying in the tag format like this.
Right.
And even as a 3-man one, he hasn't even had to do every tag match in the last couple of years.
Exactly.
So, there might be something underlying there we don't know about. There might be more than we're just thinking too much, maybe too.
Yeah.
But I think that the New Day, in some aspect, they're not ready to get rid of it entirely.
Yeah.
So I think only one of the three is split up from the other two.
Well, that's the thing.
Why
would you split up the Usos, who have had a hot thing going for a while, and they're finally really starting to build up steam? When you've got a group of 3 guys, you could easily take one off
Yeah.
And it's still a tag team.
Yeah, and that's where I feel. So that's my pick is Xavier to 205 Live.
Yeah.
And the other ones just splitting Usos and New Day on his different shows.
Mine would be Big E. He just has the look. You can shove him in a title picture, turn him heel.
Right.
One thing I really miss when he was in NXT, he had a 5 gimmick. So he would do his matches and then hit his finish and make the referee count to 5.
Right.
He showed that
have a 5 count.
Yeah. I will pin them for longer than 3 seconds. I beat them that bad. They stay down for 5. And he put the number 5 over. Yeah. People, he's a former NXT champion.
Yeah.
People would 5.
So you want to see 5 versus 10?
Yes.
10?
And I really just miss his entrances, him being a power lifter with the chalk, clapping, getting pumped, because that got me pumped. I was like, he's ready to punch people in the face.
Well, that's another side fact, is that Rollins was the first NXT champion. Big E was the second, was he not?
Yes.
Yeah, Big E was the one that took it off Rollins, I believe.
And then did Bo Dallas take it off of Big E?
Yeah.
And that's when Bo had his big run before he got called out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Neville, okay.
Yeah. So, rolling out of that.
Yep.
Bludgeons are staring down the Usos, who are now the number one contenders for the tag belts. Then you roll into Naomi versus Natalya, which is just coming off of the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale that Naomi won. And a lot of people are making mention of the fact that they could really take this and kind of snowball this for Naomi into something bigger, which would be different compared to what they've done for the males that won the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, who they really didn't do much for. They're just like, here's the win. All right, have a good one.
Yeah,
so I'm excited to see if they can actually get something going with Naomi,
yeah.
who really didn't need the women's battle royale.
She didn't need it. This match was a match. It was there. Naomi goes over, so it just doesn't hurt her from coming off the battle royal still.
And
it was there.
Poor Natty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that we had...
Was the Nakamura promo
backstage?
The backstage promo of Nakamura was right after that. Don't skip that.
That's been pretty hot for... as far as like Twitter and Facebook have gone, a lot of people blew up about that immediately.
Oh, it was so good. It was a good promo going, and the way he ends it is priceless. Like, me no speak English.
Just like the wink, and then and Renee did a great job on being the interviewer and her reactions, and she's like, look, in TV PG terms, she's like, we can tell you're being a dick. Like, give us a real answer, and then just him going, sorry, me no speak English.
Right.
Excuse my
Jesus.
racial whatever.
Whoa.
But it kind of just throws back to people saying, people's problem with like Asuka and Nakamura is English is not their first language.
Yeah.
This is a perfect way to go, screw you. I can still have a great promo with facials and the small broken English I can do.
I was say he talked enough prior to that part of it too in the promo, which is what made it that much better. That finally it was like there's that like perfect heel aspect that he can just throw in there right at the end of it. And
I really don't want this to turn into
America versus them.
I'm a foreigner. Like, I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, the gender thing was, a foreigner against America. I'm tired of that shit. Yeah. Just let it be a wrestler versus a wrestler, a bad guy versus a good guy. Establish it.
Exactly. But I love the promo. I had a chance to check it out. Laughed my ass off as soon as he came out and just, sorry. Like, just looking at her like, I'm bored with you.
Yeah.
And, like, walks off. And you could see on Renee's face, like, ooh,
you rascal, you.
Right, exactly. But as a fan, you see that, it's like, I'm excited because they took, for lack of a better term, the Nakamura gimmick, like, as far as, since he's been in WWE, like, NXT, they had fun with it. They ran with it. With WWE, like transition to the main show, it's like, okay, like he's a legend. Everybody gets excited about the entrance music and the entrance itself. But as far as the character progression, it kind of got
stale.
It got stale for a minute. So after WrestleMania and rolling into this new heel persona that nobody that's a WWE fan and only a WWE fan has seen, but everybody with New Japan and that kind of thing has had glimpses of, is excited